What it do, baby? We're back with another video.
It's been recording this whole time.
It has not. I just turned it on.
I was about to say, I was just talking to myself.
Let's get straight into the video.
A brief update on what occurred on Las Vegas Boulevard this morning. As you know, we just had our New Year's Eve event where we successfully protected the city, where over 400,000 people were here last night. And that changed this morning at about 8:40 when a 2024 Tesla Cybertruck pulled into the area valet of the Trump International Hotel. Very quickly thereafter that, the driver, who was the sole occupant of the truck, we saw what looked like maybe some sort of smoke, and then the truck exploded. Smoke was coming from inside of the truck after we noticed the flash and the explosion, and I'm going to show you that first video. That's the Cybertruck parked right in front of the doors.
Somebody
That
was
shit
in
all
there.
type of colors.
It was somebody in
Play that
there.
again, Carlos.
I can't tell if anybody was in there. Ain't nobody come flying out the car. It's a whole lot
You
of
can't see the video.
shrapnel.
They weren't gonna show that on the news.
So the individual
If
that was
somebody
in that
died?
truck is obviously deceased. Still in the truck as we speak here today. Our fire department folks,
I don't
Engine
think
12,
said it.
a number of
What'd
others
he say?
here from one of the
Something
fire
rewind.
truck is obviously deceased. Still in the truck as we speak here today. Our fire department folks, Engine 12, a number of others you'll hear from one.
Nah. I don't think he said anybody died in the accident.
So the individual that was in that truck is obviously deceased. Still in the truck as we speak here today. Our fire department folks, Engine 12, a number of others you'll hear from one of the fire chiefs here in just a moment, arrived very quickly along with my officers. And obviously we knew that we had a much larger event than just a vehicle fire. And so there's going to be a drone video that plays to my left again. You'll see as the fire initially,
he was already in the
with
car.
tarp to try to get it to
Somebody
go
had to
out.
put it.
Once the
Somebody
fire
blew
went
his
out
ass
through the
up.
suppression efforts of the fire department.
Did he
you'll
start it
see,
up and it blew up?
some of the evidence in the back of the vehicle.
It looked like the brake light.
What the hell is happening right
So
there?
those are gasoline canisters. They are camp fuel canisters and large
Somebody said
firework.
something good.
Yeah, clearly. That shit was bound to blow up, if you ask me. Looking at that
But I also
shit.
would like you to pay attention to on
That
that
should make you want to check
video
your trunk
as you
before
see
you
that.
go somewhere.
It looks like the
Hell no,
exterior of
whoever
that truck is
driving that car knew that
completely
shit was in
intact
there.
as it sits there.
You think so?
The fact that this was a cyber truck really
So you
limited
think
the
it was a
damage that
tourist?
occurred inside of the
Or
valet.
terrorists.
Because
Or
the terrorists?
It had most of the blast go up through
With
the
a cyber
truck
truck?
and out. In
They
fact,
would've
if
did
you
that
look
shit with
on that
a
video,
hoop
you'll
if you
see
ask me.
that the front glass doors at the Trump hotel were not even broken by that blast, which they were parked directly in front of.
You
You can
trying to
see
say
that
that
in the
car
video
strong as a
there.
bitch or something?
This is not endurable.
What I will
Can go
update,
everywhere,
I'm
can
very
do
well aware that
everything.
there's a name
It's about
already
the
been
blast.
reported out into the
Barely.
media. I am not going to confirm any names to you as I sit here today because I cannot do that with 100% certainty of who the individual is. What I can tell you is we do know the truck was rented in Colorado. We were able to
Rented.
trace that truck through the Tesla charging stations, and it arrived here in Las Vegas this morning at about 7:30 and went up and down Las Vegas Boulevard before immediately pulling into the Trump Towers. Unfortunately, there were 7
So they
people
know
that
where
reported
with this
injuries
investigation.
during this incident. All of them still remain as minor injuries and were treated at UMC.
But listen, you
I would like
can't
to thank
believe
the
Where
Resorts
from?
World because, as you know, we had to close
they
down
still
the Trump and
going
evacuate it, as
through
well as
investigations.
Fashion
So,
Show Mall. And the
I don't
Resorts
know
World
either.
was very gracious in taking those hundreds of individuals in over there, housing them and feeding them prior to us being able to completely clear the hotel. The hotel and Fashion Show are back open for business. The Trump will remain closed as we continue this lengthy investigation as we move forward. I'm going to yield now to Chief
Wait, so
Billy Samuels, but I'd like you
to tell
to
me
also recognize
he rented
all of our
this
exceptional
Tesla.
elected officials that have come to support the
And
police
these
and the fire
explosives
department
was
and
just
this
not
community in remaining safe. There is
Man,
no
it was fun.
further threat to
Nah,
the community
he
as
couldn't
I
have
sit
rented it
here
like
today.
that.
And
doubt it.
I just want to make sure that our community understands we believe this to be an isolated incident, and it is now
And how y'all don't
over
know
as
who
far
it
as the
is?
danger.
But nah, listen, you
Billy?
can't believe
If you-
everything you hear on the news.
If they know that it was rented
Niggas
from
be twisting
somewhere,
the fuck
wherever
out
the
of
fuck they said
I'm
it
going to
was
reiterate
from,
some of the stuff that the sheriff is
they know
spoken
where
upon.
the car from,
Engine
so
12
they
did
should know
arrive
who
within 4
rented the
minutes
car.
of dispatch. Did extinguish the fire with assistance from the sprinkler systems.
what I'm saying.
And
You
along
feel
with
me?
that
They
electric
already
vehicle
know
blanket
this
that we used
information.
on those operations. We did encounter 7
And
victims.
not gonna expose it on the
all
news.
stable. 2 of them were transported to UMC, who have since been released. They were transported by community ambulance. A total of 13 units from Clark County Fire with 26 personnel, and then 4 units and 17 personnel from Las Vegas Fire and Rescue assisted with this operation. We always do appreciate the support that we get from our hotel partners, as the sheriff was mentioning with Resorts World. RTC did lend us 10 buses so we could refuge the people that were evacuated from the Trump Tower. Community ambulance for their transportation for us, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue,
Are you hearing
and
what they
Nevada
saying?
Division
No,
of Emergency
rewind
Management.
it.
And we do appreciate their support, so we can't do that without.
They saying they evacuated the hotel for an explosion that happened outside of the hotel. That's got to be a terrorist act.
And like the sheriff said, last night was a huge success, but we are prepared for whatever comes our way. So thank you for that. And I will turn this over to Special Agent in Charge, Jeremy Schwartz.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Schwartz. I'm currently the acting special agent in charge for the FBI here in Las Vegas. The FBI is currently conducting an investigation on a vehicle explosion, as the sheriff had just showed you a little bit ago. That's being conducted through our JTTF, which is a Joint Terrorism Task Force. I want to make sure everybody understands that the task force is comprised of law enforcement officials from the entire valley here. We're not doing anything alone, and we wouldn't do anything alone without our partners, making sure that we're all in lockstep. We've learned from mistakes in the past, and we're not going to do that again. We have a great relationship with our law enforcement partners, and we're going to continue to do so. As of right now, our number one goal is to ensure that we have the proper identification of the subject involved in this incident. Following that, our second objective is to determine whether this was an act of terrorism or not. I know everybody's interested in that word and trying to see if we can say, hey, this is a terrorist attack. That is our goal, and that's what we're trying to do. We have a ton of resources dedicated to this right now, and again, we're doing it with our partners. We're doing it together, jointly, and we'll continue to do so until we figure out exactly what's going on. I think most importantly, as the sheriff already mentioned,
Is he
we believe this is
blinked
an
this whole
isolated
time?
incident.
They're
We do
lying,
not believe that
squad.
there's a bunch of folks out there supporting this or helping
Look
this.
how
and we
she
don't believe that
looking.
there's any other danger.
They
to the
high as
community
hell,
right now.
ain't they?
Again, over the next few hours and days, we'll continue to do our best to research that.
They look like
much
they
we
high
can
as hell
and
off
get
of
to the bottom of this,
something.
and we won't stop until we're 100% certain as to what happened and why. Thank you.
Facts. So why she looking at him like that?
So I just want to clarify again so
Him
that I
too.
don't get these questions.
Look at
We do know who rented the
He was
truck.
just looking at his
We
ass.
are looking at
Ew,
the individual.
little
but I am
nasty
not prepared
ass.
to release the name of any of the individuals that we are
Ew,
looking
he
at until next to Ken.
Oh, he high, man.
Identification.
You gotta fall asleep.
So with that, I'll take any questions you might have. I can't see. Hi, Dana.
Nah, yeah, like, can't see.
Who's talking? The people in the audience?
Do I think it's a coincidence? I don't know, but what I can tell you is we're absolutely investigating any connectivity to what happened in
No,
New
y'all
Orleans,
niggas know
as well as
something.
other attacks that have been occurring around the world. We're not ruling anything out yet, Dana.
He should be ashamed being on his TV like that.
Yeah, so the question is there any links to ISIS? And I will tell you that we don't have any indication of that here in Las Vegas. No overt ISIS flag as was seen in New Orleans. But again, we are investigating every aspect of this. And if that comes to light, we'll certainly update you. I'm sorry, sir.
They're lying, bro.
These people
About
is looking
1
like the
hour
people on
was
the
the
week.
amount of time between the arrival of the truck here in Las Vegas. At least our first notification of the arrival and the explosion.
They really did.
It was only there for about, it was sitting in the porte cochere for about 15 seconds before it exploded. Was that 15?
He don't even know.
Who are you
15 to
looking
20
for?
seconds. I just want to make sure I gave you the right
Because
info.
these two, they not even on Earth right now. Look at her. What are you smiling for?
No, I think
Well, I
her
mean,
face
it's a
stuck.
Tesla truck, and we know that Elon Musk is working with President-elect Trump, and it's the Trump Tower, so there's
He
obvious
said, I think her
things
face
to be
is
concerned
up.
about there.
I
Something
believe-
we continue to look at.
The motherfucking Cybertruck ain't have nothing to do with this explosion.
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that
No,
question.
there
We
was
need to
explosives
re-examine
in this
security procedures.
somewhere on that
You know, we
thing.
were very successful in the night
Nah,
before.
because I had believed that it was
I'm
all the
surprised this
Tesla's fault.
happened, to be quite frank with you.
No,
And that's
it's
certainly
that-
something we're
that
going to have to
shit.
look at and
Trial and error or
target hardening what that looks like. But to your question, Dana, I did forget to mention that I have authorized what we call an AVX roster to continue for the next 2 days, which is my New Year's Eve staffing plan of over 1,000 officers, both in our community neighborhoods as well as on the Strip and downtown, in partnership with all of the other law enforcement agencies,
Better watch my
City of Las
face.
Vegas Marshals,
Brush
North
my
Las
teeth.
Vegas Henderson, just to ensure that even if we had a copycat or somebody else wanted to go up and conduct an attack, that we have the appropriate and available resources to handle it.
Have you all found any devices inside the Cybertruck that could have been used to set off those explosives?
No, the question is, did we find any devices that would be used to set off the explosives? And the answer is no, I don't know how they were ignited. Clearly, with what you see in there, something set them off, but I don't know what it was yet. We haven't been able to process the vehicle yet.
Has OEMPD been in contact with Tesla Code to get cameras for the vehicle cameras?
Yes, actually, I have to thank Elon Musk specifically. He gave us quite a bit of additional information in regards to
So,
how the
if
vehicle
nothing
was
said-
locked after it exploded due to the force of the
Something set
nature,
'em off.
or the nature of the force from the explosion, as well as being able to capture all of the video
'Cause
from
if he
the
drove from all the way,
Tesla
he rented
charging
it
stations
from.
across the country, and he sent that directly to us. So I appreciate his
He
help
got
on that.
all
I'll
the way
take one
to
more
where
question.
he is.
They said they rented it from
I'm
California.
sorry, you got to speak up for me.
You live us to think this vehicle and the vehicle were rented from the same company. Any other indication that might be associated?
It's another. The question is both vehicles? I'm being told New Orleans was rented from Toro, and so was ours. That's another coincidence that absolutely is continuing to bear
Toro.
from our investigation that we have to continue to look into.
That
So thank you
makes
very
sense,
much,
'cause
and as
I'm
we
like,
get
what
additional
rental company is
information
doing
for all
that?
of you, I'm sorry, I'll give you a shot.
Are you investigators using any of these license plate readers?
That's the question is, are we using the license plate readers and the technology? Well, one, you see the drone flight through the vehicle because it was unsafe to get there, so that we're using that technology. Thankful to have it, as well as the first indication of that vehicle arriving here in Las Vegas came from a license plate reader. So technology has been very useful to us in resolving this. And again, I'll commit to come back to you all when we have confirmation of the suspect's name, who they are, what their background is. We will get
That
that
shit blew up
information back
somehow,
out to you.
some
We'll call
way.
another press
That shit
conference
don't make
and
no
provide it. I just
sense.
like to again thank the
This
mayor,
whole video didn't
commissioners,
make no
the other
sense.
law
Based
enforcement
on the
leaders,
camera
and of course
footage,
our
ain't nobody
Attorney
sparking no
General
light.
for showing
He
up
ain't
and,
say
and
nothing.
supporting us in this event. It's been a statewide effort, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alright, man. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.
Concern for you. I'm saying, you see, I didn't. Yeah, you did. I mean, you sold drugs, we recovered drugs, and recovered some out of your mouth. How much did? Stick out your tongue. We're first going to start out with some page ups. I think we have 3 of them.